Okay, welcome everyone. This evening we're going to be
Denver
flying
Ground Southwest
from
4121 ready for taxi.
Denver. We're going to be flying.
Southwest.
We're going to be. I'm sorry, that was ATC there. We're going to be flying from Denver to Salt Lake City. Um, we I've already set up the FMC already to the flight, and I've already got it already filled up, cargo ready to go. Um, now we're just going to go ahead and hop in and make connection with air traffic control. Make connection to air traffic control, and then request clearance for departure. So we will be possibly departing from runway 35 left this evening. 35 left. Let's go ahead and take a look at a few things. Let's go over our flight plan. Our flight plan this evening. We're going to be flying. Here's our flight plan. Okay. Right now we're expecting to we're going to push this for clearance, but for now this is what we have established. We're flying via the Zimmer 2 departure from out of Denver, um, then direct to Changi, then as filed. We arriving at Salt Lake City via Lee 5, um, via transition EKR. We expecting runway 34 right, Salt Lake City. Let's look at the Zimmer departure here. Looks like any flight restrictions. Yeah, we do have. Let me see. Top altitude 230. We're departure. We will be departure via runway 35 left. So it's climb 353 degrees to intercept course 271 to cross Mugby at or above 10,000. Okay, as we see there. Okay, and then on track to 264 degrees to Ralphie at or above 12,000. Okay, so that's the initial top altitude 230 for our departure. Okay, and as we go along through here, we'll discuss our arrival once we get airborne and establish a cruise altitude. Then we'll start looking at the arrival star around that time. For now, let's go ahead and make connection with air traffic control and get our clearance. Ground, good evening. This is United 1979 Heavy with request clearance at Salt Lake City.
United 1979 Heavy Denver Ground. G'day, cleared to Salt Lake City Airport by the Zimmer 2 departure. Then as filed, climb via SID. Departures on 122.8, squawk 1403.
Squawk is 1403 for United 1979.
And 1979, readback is correct. You can expect runway 34 left for departure. Push and start is approved. Straight back, step the first line, and call me ready for taxi.
Copy that. I'll get on down to the ramp and we'll let you know ready taxi 97.
Southwest 990, departures offline, monitoring you come 122.8. Good day.
Over to 122.8, good, see you next time.
And Southwest 4121, continue to follow the Boeing 737-800, departures offline, monitoring you come 122.8. Good day. So long, 4121.
Okay, so we got squawk 1403. Okay, and we'll set up our squawk here. 1403 on our squawk. Okay, and let's go ahead and okay, we are squawking mode Charlie. Okay. One change I did notice that we do have, we're going to be departing runway 34 left instead of 35 left. So let's go ahead and make a change to our FMC so we can go ahead and make that change for our departure. Okay, so it's going to be our departure runway. It's going to be changed 234 left. That's fine, 34 left. Okay, it's 34 left, and let's go ahead and we got to put in our SID again, I believe. See Zimmer 2 and Changi for our SID. Okay, we're going to mark that. All right, let's take a look at our legs, make sure we don't have any discontinuity there. Look good. Zimmer, Changi. Let's go ahead and make a change here as well too, and see how that looks on our map. 3-4 left. Okay, 3-4 left. Runway there set. And let's see where we are. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be we're gonna come down here and be departing this way out to Mugby, just as we had our first waypoint this way instead previously as well. Look at 3-4 left. Let's climb to 353 degrees to 5,934, then left turn direct to Mugby or at or below 10,000, and then cross route feet at or above 12,000. Okay, right now let's go ahead and set our initial top altitude to 230 for now. As a matter of fact, we'll just leave it at 40,000. It doesn't seem like we have any absolute altitude restrictions on our departure. We need to set up our let's see our ATIS for Denver to look at our altimeter. Here's our ATIS for our departure out of Denver. Our altimeter is going to be 3019. Let's go ahead and set our altimeter at 3019. 3019 for altimeter. Okay, 3019. Alright, and 3019. Go. Okay, so looking at our map here, 3-4 left is here. Make sure I didn't make a mistake and do 3-5 left on our departure. Let me make sure we got 3-4 left. And we have 3-4 left, yes we do. Okay, let me look at that again, make sure it's coming up right. 3-4 left. Ah, there it is. Yeah, 3-4 left. Yeah, we're good. All right, so we're all checked out there. All right, and we're going to be requesting. Actually, we already got clearance to push and start. We're going to go ahead and push and start. We're going to taxi down here to the end of the ramp, and then request clearance to taxi once we get down here at the end of the ramp.
All aircraft on the ground be advised over ground stepping away for 2 minutes.
Okay, looks like we're ready for to call our tug to push back or push back.
Hey Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
All right, it's fine. I think good spot for it. I think this should be appropriate. Right in here. So we'll turn her this way. Then we'll get it right in here. For our taxi. I think that works. That works right there. Okay.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
And be advised, overground is back.
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect. Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go. Here comes the pushback. Line them up.
Okay, let's go ahead and get our engine started here. Let's start on the. As a matter of fact, let's get our beacon going first. We'll get the right engine started first. All right, let's add some fuel to our right engine. Okay. Okay, let's see, we got a positive start on our right engine. Let's go ahead and do our ignition for the left engine. Let's give it some fuel. Okay, yes, we do have positive start on both engines there. Let's go ahead and shut down our APU. Start up with the gens first, and then shut down the APU itself. Okay. We have our flaps set for 15. Let's go and set our flaps. 15, and we'll go ahead and set our speed brake.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Okay.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment. And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Okay, looks like we're all set. Let's get ready to taxi down to the end of this ramp here, and then we'll call ground again for clearance to taxi runway 34 left.
Denver ground, good evening. Spirit Wings 181, mic check.
Spirit Wings 181, Denver ground, we got your 5x5.
Spirit Wings 181, requesting IFR over to Albuquerque, information alpha on board.
And Spirit 181, you are cleared to the Albuquerque airport by the SUDS 1 departure, then as filed. Columbia SID, departures on 122.8, squawk 1404.
Spirit Wings 181, we were cleared to Albuquerque, SUDS 1 departure, then as filed, climbed by the SID, departures on 122.8, squawk 1404.
Spirit Wings 181, readback is correct. You can expect to runway 34 left, correction, runway 8 for departure. Push and start is approved. Straight back, stop at the first line and call me ready for taxi.
We'll expect runway 8 for departure. We'll call you when we're ready to taxi straight back out on the first line. Thanks, Spirit Wings 181. We'll see you later.
Okay, ground, this is United 1979, currently on the ramp there. Request clearance to taxi runway 34 left.
United 1979, you seem to be already taxiing, but runway 34 left, taxi via Alpha November, Golf, Whiskey Alpha.
Oh, sorry about that. I thought we had contact you at the end of that ramp there. It was my misunderstanding. I apologize for that. Taxi via Alpha November, Golf, Whiskey Alpha 979. Okay, so what you got? We got Alpha November, Golf, Whiskey Alpha to 34 left. Okay. Golf, we'll turn on Golf here, and Whiskey Alpha to 34 left.
United 1979, departures offline, modern Unicom 122.8. Good day.
Monitor Unicom 122.8, 97.9, copy. Okay, with that said, we are off frequency, and we'll monitor standard Unicom 122.8. We're going to line up here at 34 left for immediate departure. Okay, let's go ahead and turn on our departure lights there. Lights. Okay, strobe as well. Let's go ahead and line up. Okay, one more last quick cross check. Okay, so we got okay, we have going to be rotating. See, we're going to rotate out at 1 second here. V1 140, rotate at 156. We're going to be at 161 as far as what we currently set right now for our V2 speed there. We're all set. Flaps are 15 degrees. Trim is 5.5. Let's double check that. Trim is 5.5 set. Okay, we also have our emergency speed brakes already set. Okay, we also okay, RTO set. Okay, let's go. I think we're all cleared. That's good quick cross check, and let's go 75% on throttle. All right, Toga.
knots. V1. Rotate.
Okay, let's rotate. Let's bring her up. Okay, looks like we cleared. Runway 34 left. Gears up. Alright, so set our LNAV, VNAV. Let's go ahead and put on our flight director is on both sides. Flight director and our autopilot. Let's go up when our flaps. Our flaps to 10 degrees. Allow us to pick up speed right now. Still picking up speed. Alright, and we're going to take our flaps to 1 degree. Oh, I'm sorry, it should be 5 degrees. Okay, we're going to flaps in at 1 degree. Continue our climb. Okay, positive climb, still pick up speed. And we'll go 0% on the flaps. Looks like we'll be able to have a good sunset this evening as well. Okay, let's turn off our landing lights. Okay. Also the runway light as well. No longer need taxi. Let's take the wing light off. We'll keep the logo light on for now. As soon as though it's starting to get dusk here, we'll just go ahead and keep that on. We are on track. We are SID. Okay. Steady climb. Let's see. Altitude we are crossing. Let's see our altitude. Okay, looks like we're crossing 15,000 on our altitude. Okay, that's fine. As long as we're above 12 when we cross Ralphie. As long as we're above 12, it cleared this mountain area here. It looks like that's 14,000 feet. We need to clear there, so we cleared that already, so we're good in regards to our current altitude and our climb. Okay, it was, looks like we're about to cross 18,000, so let's go standard on our altimeter, and let's continue our climb. Crossing 20,000. All right, let's see what waypoint we just crossed. We just crossed Ralphie and direct to Rapids. Alright, so we don't have our cruise speed set. Set our cruise speed inside our FMC. Should be 40,000. Take it there. And we already have our target cruise speed as well. So now when we look at our progress, now we have estimated time arrivals as far as each one of our waypoints there. It's always good to have that your altitude in there so I can do the proper calculations. Okay, we should be crossing Rapids within the next 1 mile. We'll be around to Packins pack-in speed, exit 7 miles. And here's another snapshot as far as our map, Navigraph. Right across this mountain range here, we've got plenty altitude, safe across that with no problems, no concerns, no issues there. Alright, we're crossing altitude 270. I'm just making a turn to Changi. Crossing Changi in 37 miles. Okay, here's an update on our map here. We will soon be really close to our rival star. As we get to Merkur. VOR Echo Kilo Romeo, and our distance to, let's see, our distance to go as far as top of descent is going to be 82 miles, 181 nautical miles. We should cross, and once we get the cruise altitude, get a better estimate on that time for that estimate time of arrival on that top of descent. Right now, 180 nautical miles. Estimate time of arrival for the top of descent is going to be at 0136 Zulu. As far as our record time that we have right now, we had 0114, so give us about a good 15 minutes or so. We should be at the top of our descent, start to descend to Salt Lake City. Alright, about to cross 32,000 feet. Get another 8,000 will be at the top of our climb. Alright, let's take a look at Fantastic. Seems that we did file our flight plan. We should be showing up here. Here we go. There we go, right there. Let's go ahead and trace our flight. It's going to load up here. Okay, execute that, and I'm going to track it from here. See, so estimate let's see, so the time remaining for the duration of flight will be another 42 minutes. Let's see, distance remaining 265 miles. I'm sure that's gonna shorten even more once we get at that cruise altitude, and also we're gonna be picking up speed too once we hit that cruise altitude, so it's gonna reduce this even more. That's significantly as far as that time estimate for that arrival. looks like speed is at 389 knots. Ground speed, true airspeed 440. We're hitting some headwinds there. So at this point, let's see, estimated headwinds. Let's see, we're at 390, 390 knots as far as ground speed. So we subtract the true airspeed 440 from that, which should give us a difference of 50 miles an hour. So yeah, we up, yep, there it is, right below that, 52. We got 52. Winds are hitting us at 52 knots, which is not bad. Earlier flight I had today was facing 114 knots of wind, blasting us in the face there. So it was, we'll take the 51 knots as far as headwind. Not bad. Okay, that indicator is there that we're approaching our set altitude speed of 40,000, which will be our cruise speed. We're going to start looking at our arrival here really shortly once we hit that cruise speed and level off. Correction, once we hit the cruise altitude, cruise speed is probably going to be a little ways down because we have we're at 0.7. We're at Mach 0.74 and set for Mach 0.85. So once we level off as far as altitude, it'll probably take a few more minutes before we actually hit that Mach 0.85. Okay, looks like we hit our top altitude there of 40,000. We're gradually picking up speed to 0.85. At this time, let's go ahead and start looking at our arrival. So I'll pull that up. Let's take a look at it. First off, we have 95 miles before we get to the top of our descent. And let's first check our weather, our ATIS. Let's check our ATIS at Salt Lake City. Alright, so look at our ATIS here. We have, let's see, winds are going to be coming out of 350 at 07 knots. We expect runway 34 right. So let's move on over to Salt Lake City here. Okay, and let's take a look at our airport. Okay, so Salt Lake City, we're going to be arriving at 34 right, so that'll bring us right here on this runway here. We got 12,000 feet of runway, which is good. That's a lengthy runway, so we got plenty of runway there. We do have a wind coming from the north, so this is a good approach for us. Let's look at our star. Our star is Leahy 5 for the arrival. Right now we're crossing, let's see, right now we're 5 miles from Echo Kilo Romeo, which is Mercer. We're 4 nautical miles from Mercer. So from Mercer, we're going to be on this track right here. Coming from Mercer, New Racer, Maiden, Montbrew, crossing Leahy. And I believe we're going to be taking Bloop and Camp. Bloop and Camp. Let's check for that. Let's see if we're going to be crossing Bloop and Camp. Yes, we are. We will be crossing Bloop and Camp. And looks like we're set for crossing camp at 11,000 feet. Let's see what our chart says. Our chart does say, okay, cross Bloop above 12,000, but cross camp at 11,000. So we're going to set our altitude down to 11,000. So to be sure that we do cross camp at 11,000 per what both our charts say and what we have set planned in the FMC as well. So let's look at our progress. We're at 76 nautical miles left before we start on top of descent. And right now it looks like it's going to be at 140 Zulu. Set us at another 10 minutes. We should 10 minutes at least. We should be at our top descent. Okay, we got quite a bit of overcast here. Let's just make sure our anti-ice is still on. Okay, yes, our anti-ice is on. Okay, we're good there. Don't want our wings to ice up with the close proximity as far as clouds that's right below us. And we're right above that layer of clouds, and these clouds are pretty high. We're sitting at 40,000 feet. Now we'll also keep in mind, you know, altitude in this region is still pretty high. Let's go ahead and start toning down our set altitude for 11,000 feet. We're not going to start descending yet. We'll start our descent once we get closer to our top descent, which is we're out 50 nautical miles once we hit the top descent. So we'll go ahead and hold this here for now, and we'll initiate that flight change once we cross that top descent. Alright, we're at 26 nautical miles before top descent. And we should be crossing that probably next 3 minutes. Alright, looks like we must get prepared for our descent here. We're 7 nautical miles from top of our ascent into Salt Lake City. Weather looks like it's relatively overcast here. We do not have strong winds at all. It's not really bad. It's about 50 knots headwinds. It's pretty average. It should be a smooth descent into Salt Lake City. We're not expecting air traffic control to be online at this time. Hopefully they do. It'll bring a little bit more interest to our arrivals here if we do happen to get them online with us. But for the most part, we're going to have a smooth sailing into Salt Lake City, and soon we'll be starting our departure in the next 2 nautical miles here. Okay, it looks like the throttles have pulled back now to slow down, slowing speed. Let's go ahead and hit our flight change as well, so we can start that descent. Simultaneously descend while we're slowing down as well. Okay, just crossed over Maiden, and we'll be crossing Diesel and another 49 nautical miles. Let's talk about our arrival here. We're going to arrive in 34 right. Let's look at our procedures for misapproach. Okay, so we have 34 right coming in here, so land at 34 right. Okay, so we have all that. Let's go direct to 34 right airport here. Oh wow, there's some high mountains all around this area here. Look at it, 11,000, 10,000. It's going to swing us through the back in here. We should be establishing ILS around 11,000 feet, as I can see. So that's where we're set. We set our altitude descend to as well too, 11,000. So that's where we'll be catching our ILS. Establish our glide slope around 6,100. It's some misapproach procedures. So if we miss the approach for 3-4 right, we're gonna climb to 9,000 feet, direct to Wasatch, which is Tango Charlie Hotel, Vor, and outbound on Tango Charlie Hotel to Oscar Golf Delta, which is going to be Ogden. So we'll continue straight. We're going to continue. If we misapproach, we're going to continue. We're going to continue the 331 degrees, which is still aligned with our runway. We just go straight out 331 degrees, climb to 9,000, and cross Tango Charlie Hotel. And after we cross Tango Charlie Hotel, then we'll go ahead and make our way over to Ogden as a misapproach. All right, so that's the plan in place, and let's see where we are. Okay, we're crossing 30,000, steady descent. Here we are on our arrival map. Okay. This section right here, not to scale. We've crossed this area already. This is just a map. This is outcoursed of the current position of the map. So ignore this square here. We've already passed these points. We'll be crossing Diesel next. Okay, these points were already previously crossed behind us. So we'll be crossing Diesel. Therefore, Diesel will be Spain and Leahy. Sloping down into our approach to establish the glide, to establish the ILS, the glide slope to 3-4 right. Now, one more thing we need to do here. We might as well set it while we have altitude. Is let's go ahead and set our ILS here through our radios. Okay, so through our nav radio, we have to set our approach frequency for 3-4 right into Salt Lake City. So, question is, what is our localizer? What is our approach? So here we go. When we look at our arrival, we'll see here on the map right here. So blow it up for you for 3-4 right. Is that our localizer is going to be frequency 109.5. We need to put nav 1 109.5. This is what's going to be monitored here as far as the runway. We'll be able to signal into the runway, catch that ILS, then the localizer. Once we catch and establish that localizer, then we will then establish the ILS approach. All right, the final approach CRS is the angle that will be coming into that runway, which should be 344 degrees. So the RS will be 344 degrees right here where you see 172. So let's program that, and the runway will be able to pick us up and be able to establish our direct approach into 3-4 right. So we'll set that up here. As a matter of fact, let's set it up now. All right, so for nav 1, localizer 109.5 frequency. 109.5. Let's set that. Nav 1. Okay. And approach CRS is 344. And now we're all set. We're all set to establish that our localizer, which will show up here once we get closer to the runway, and the runway is able to see us, and we're able to pick it up. Okay, let's set additional things here on our instrument. So let's see. Let's go to performance here. We want to put in our arrival runway. Salt Lake City. The runway we're expecting, runway 34, right? Conditions are, I would say medium. Let's go to winds. Winds 350, 07.
SkyWest, that's departing 16 right. We're about 20 miles out.
Okay, we're about to make our turn here. Let's go ahead and set our altimeter of 1228 on our altimeter. I'm sorry, 1998. Okay, let's continue our descent. Okay, let's go ahead and turn on the landing lights. We are getting really close. We're at 15,000 feet, but we're already at a really high altitude when we do land. So we're going to turn all our landing lights on now. Let's go ahead and get our APU turned on as well. Get that turned over. And we're making our bank now to bloop waypoint. Now bloop waypoint be 8 nautical miles to bloop. We should be above 12,000 feet. What time we hit blue? Okay, at or above 12,000.
Traffic of 14, 12, 10 miles. Direct 10 miles.
The closer we get to Salt Lake City, here we'll go ahead and make an announcement as far as our arrival, so they'll be expecting us as well. Looks like that's it should be our runway there in the distance. So we're about to turn into that direction now. Yeah, our runway is right over there in the distance there to the right in front of us there. Okay, so we should be right above 12,000. We should be crossing camp at 11,000. And again, that we should be establishing. We should establish capture the localizer for the ILS once we cross camp. And then at that point, we'll go ahead and make our announcement to traffic to advise that we are on final approach. Okay, let's go ahead and set let's go ahead and tune in for our localizer. Alright, localizer set. We should be picking that localizer up here soon. Okay, we're gonna be let's go ahead and set our altitude down to 10,000. Okay, it's like things are going a little crazy here. Let's go ahead and turn some things off here. And let's gain controls here. Alright, let's set arrival for 3-4 right. Alright, we should be at our glide slope here. We're going to turn our APU back on, see if it's going to pick up. Yes, we do have glide slope established, and let's get under. Okay, let's slow it down here, and let's.
So like trap Delta 14, 12, 10.
Bring our speed down. Okay. So we got to get under that glide slope there. Okay, we're good. Since we're under that glide slope, we are good. Let's hit our autopilot there, and we got it. Okay. Should bring us right into 3-4 right. Right, so we should be set our altitude to 155. I mean, our speed to 155. Okay, runway is straight ahead of us. Let's go ahead and make our announcement here. Salt Lake ground is traffic. This is United 1979 Heavy, currently on final for runway 34 right.
2500.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring our gear down. Let's bring down some more flaps. We're going to go maximum on our max auto on our brakes, and we still got air brakes on. Give us some more drag. Go full on the flaps. Give us some more drag. Okay, we should leave our air brakes there. Alright, let's go ahead and arm our brakes. Okay. And we should be able to bring her straight in here. Check a couple things. Alright, all of our lights are on. We're right on target for runway 34 right. Okay, let's go ahead and take it off of autopilot and some manually take her in. Okay, we right on target here.
300.
We'll hold that position right there.
200.
Okay, good approach.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, reverse. Okay.
80 knots.
Let's disarm our brakes and we'll go ahead and we'll take Hotel 10 to the left, the exit runway 34 right. Ground is United 1979 Heavy. Landed runway 34 right, exit 34 right via Hotel 8, 979. Correction, exited runway 34 right via Hotel 10, 979. Let's continue our taxi. Bring down our air brakes. Let's relieve our flaps. Okay, we can take off our strobe lights. Take off our landing lights as well. That was a good flight into Salt Lake City. Almost had a good landing there. Got a little swirly. We made that initial turn for Salt Lake City. I had to figure out why things were going crazy. So what I did was I just completely disengaged autopilot, got control, and then after I got controls back in place here. for us to make sure we kept our descent, kept things under control as well too. Then I rearmed the autopilot, captured the localizer, established ILS, and came in, caught our glide slope, and came in for landing. Let's see, we should go ahead and park her here on said D12. Okay, cautionary, I think it's right there. There we go. Okay, let's stop right here. Let's go ahead and fire brakes. All right, let's shut down our lights here. Turn off our beacon. Not yet. Let's go ahead and at least leave our wing and our logo light on. We take off our nav light there. Taxi light. It should have been off there. We already got APU on already. We can go ahead and kill the power to the engines there. Shut the engines down. Okay. All right. Okay, let's turn off the seat belts. Oh. All right, let's get some ground power connected. Okay. Ground power is connected. And let's turn the ground power on. Let's turn our APU gens off. Cut off the APU. We can cut off our beacon now as well too. And it should be shutting down here. Okay, let's do a quick rewind and look at our landing. Anyhow, that was a good flight from Denver to Salt Lake City. We're going to be I'm flying from here from Salt Lake, and I think we should go from Salt Lake to San Francisco on our next flight. Then San Francisco. Then we can probably take it down to the West Coast and bring it back across the map here. We'll go ahead and do a couple more flights with the 787-900 here. This Dreamliner, and then then we got a lot more other flights to fly. Once we go through our cycle of all of our aircraft, then we'll go ahead and start taking some long duration flights across the map, across the seas there. But anyhow, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, please subscribe. There'll be more episodes to come. All right. Thank you and enjoy.